Hello students, today we will discuss the concept of multiple coins from chapter 15 probability of class 10. Today we are taking first we will take the concept of two coins related to two coins. Earlier in previous videos we discussed the possible cases for one coin. So in case of one coin either tail will come or head can come, right? But if we are taking two coins, so how many total possible outcomes will be there? Let us see that. So if we are taking two coins, if I am making these two coins here, this is coin number 1, this is coin number 2. So how many possible cases for these? So it can happen that on one and on the other coin it can be possible that again the head will come, right? And when we will throw it again, when we will toss it again, so other chances are the head will come on the one coin and the tail will come on the other coin. Next time, what are the possible cases? Tail will come on the first coin and head will come on the second coin. What are the other chances? That on the both coins the tail will come. So any other possibilities are there to come. So only these four cases are there. Only these four cases are there, that when we toss the two coins, head or head will come, head or tail will come, tail or head will come, and both coins have tail on their upper side. So these four possible outcomes are there. So how the question will come under this category? So if I am saying that at least one head should be there, at least one head should be there, so how many possible cases are there? At least means one head at least should be present. So you can take this case also, two heads are there, we will take this. One head is there, we will take this also. So in this case one head is there, but we will not take this one because both tails are coming. So 1 2 3 total possible cases are 3. So probability of this event, probability of having at least one head is equal to how many favorable outcomes? 3. 1 2 3, at least one head is there, upon total possible outcomes. So total possible cases are there 1 2 3 4, so 3 upon 4. So 3 upon 4 is the probability when the case is there we want at least one head. If other cases, so this is the probability of having at least one head. The same thing we can write in different manner also. How? If I'm saying the same thing in different, like if I'm saying that no head should be there, no head, so we can find out the probability of having no head. So one case is there when no head is there, so probability of this event having no head is 1 upon total cases are 4, so 1 upon 4. So as we discussed previous videos also, probability of an event is equal to 1 minus probability of not having that event, means probability of happening an event is equal to 1 minus probability of not happening that event. So not happening means 1 minus 1 upon 4. So 1 upon 4 is the case of no head, so what it will be? 3 upon 4. So we can find out this thing in this method also. At least one head if we want to find out, so one we can minus 1 upon 4. 1 upon 4 is no head, probability of no head, so 1 minus 1 upon 4 is 3 upon 4. So this was the case for two coins. If we are taking the case like 3 coins are there, 3 coins means more than 2, now 3 coins will be there. So what are the possible cases for these? So again we will make 3 coins, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, these 3 coins are there. So what are the probability of getting, like first case it can be happen head head hand, and head means all three heads are there. Second, tail, tail and tail, all three tails can be there. Then head, head, tail, head, tail, tail. Other cases are tail, head, head, then tail, tail and head. So these are the 1 2 3 4 5 6. And what are other chances? So these are the possible cases for 3 coins. So total possible cases are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So 8 cases are there when we are using 3 coins. So as we did it for the 2 coins also, if we want to find out at least one head can come, at least one head. So what we can do, probability of for this event is at least one head. So 3 heads are there, we will take this. No head is there, we will not take this case. 2 heads are there, we will take this. 1 head is there, we will take this. This also, this also, this and this. So out of 8, 7 cases are there when at least one head is present. So 7 upon total possible cases are here 8. So 7 upon 8 is the probability when we are having at least one head, when we are using the 3 coins. So in this case we can find out the total possible cases for the 2 coins also, for the 3 coins also. One magical formula I want to discuss with you, that when we want to find out total possible outcomes, so what we can apply, we can apply this formula face and raised to the power n. So face means like if I am taking one coin, so how many faces are there? Either the tail will come or the head will come. So either head or tail, these two things can come only. So if I am taking the example of one coin, so 2 faces are there and one coin is there. So how many possible outcomes? 2. If I am taking 2 coins, so in cases of 2 coins, how many faces are there? Again head or tail will come, head or tail will come, and the number of power n in place of m, and 2 coins are there, so 2 2s are 4. If I am taking example of 3 coins, so 3 coins, faces are same, head and tail, and 3 coins are there. So in this case 8 total possible cases are there. So same thing we can apply in the case of dice also. In the dice also, so if we will use that 2 dices are there, if we are taking the case of 2 dices, then 6 possible 6 phases are there for in one dice, and 2 dices are there. So 6 into 6, 36 possible outcome. So when you are doing any question related to coin and dice, if somehow you are confused in that how many possible outcomes are there, sometimes students confuse at the under that pressure of exam also. So this formula you can apply. If any case you forget that, you apply this formula, you remember this formula, then you can find out the exact total possible outcomes.